Well, farmers, industry and business have broadly welcomed the opposition's proposals, but environmental groups say they don't go far enough and lack detail on how Australia's carbon emissions will continue to be reduced beyond the next decade.
Included in the opposition's proposals, an emissions reduction fund, where a coalition government would pay farmers approximately $10 a tonne for soil carbon replenishment. The coalition says that would improve soil quality, farm productivity and water efficiency. But environmental groups say a carbon soil scheme to reduce emissions is not internationally recognised and that the new package isn't tough enough.
This package allows big polluters to keep increasing their emissions instead of doing their fair share to contribute to solving the climate crisis.
But the new policy has been welcomed by farmers.
To try and give farmers recognition and incentives for reducing emissions rather than taxing them is definitely the way to go. That's what our international competitors are doing. That's what we want to see here in Australia.
But critics say the coalition's carrot over stick policy doesn't go far enough in controlling emissions into the future.
There's also no long-term plan here. We don't see how this can work beyond 2020 to continually be driving down carbon pollution.
Business has cautiously welcomed the new policy, but says it needs more detail, especially on how an emissions reduction fund would be financed.
We need to know what the assumptions are that underpin the coalition's estimates, and also we need to get a full appreciation of ultimately how the coalition says this will be funded from the budget.
The Australian Coal Association is pleased that it's an incentive-based rather than a tax-based policy.
It is a good policy from the point of view of preserving the competitiveness of Australia's coal industry and preserving jobs in regional New South Wales and Queensland.
All parties will be giving the coalition's new policy a detailed examination. Jenny Lavelle, World News Australia.